Silas, thank you for joining me, brother.
Thank you.
So you're studying film production and directing, and I feel like this is my community because I'm also a podcaster who is into storytelling and into production. And so it's good to always speak with people who I feel like, they're part of my community.
Pleasure. I'm grateful to hear that as well from you.
Oh, yeah. So what inspired you to get into film production and directing?
Uh, Thank you for that. What actually inspired me to get into film production and directing, having watched different particular stories that people used to tell, I actually didn't know the meaning of film initially, but getting deeper into it, I got the sense of film whereby I got it that is a platform whereby you are able to communicate to the wider audience, and within a short time, you are able to reach a wider audience to communicate to them, specifically to a story that you would want them to listen. And having known that, sometimes audience fear to be confronted, or the one delivering the messages, fear to confront the audience, particularly in telling them directly. I realized that film is a platform of actually telling the audience a story without them knowing that you're telling them something. So I thought that this is a good platform that I'll be able to bring out the particular element that's happening to the society and educating the society in particular matters which they really need to have that knowledge in. So I felt that for I to do this, it is good that I go and pursue this film so that it can be also something that will achieve greatly to letting the audience aware on the particular matters happening in the society.
I agree with you. I mean, storytelling is a way for us to communicate with people and to share our ideas and our vision, and also trying to educate and inspire them. So that's good to hear that from you.
Yeah, thank you.
When you speak about MasterCard, one of their values is giving back. And you're someone who really embraces that, right? Through the various projects that you have been working on. What does giving back mean to you?
Um, Giving back, if I say to me, giving back is making someone to be in a level where maybe at a point we were there before, but being at a point whereby somebody is able to stand by its own, making somebody to be a sustainable in life. I think that is the point of giving back. That is how I actually understand it, because if it is not giving back, I think all of us, or let's say most of us, wouldn't be where we are today. Some point, somebody have to go deeper into their resources, into their time, to make sure at least they do their best so that we can also be there. Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree with you, right? And, sometimes it's not about what you have, right? But your willingness to also lend a hand and support someone else, knowing that in one way or another, we have also been supported with other people who have helped us be where we are.
Very true. Yeah, and mostly I realize most people would think that maybe giving back, as an African, we think that for us to give back, we have to have something. Actually, that is what people um, mislead that understanding of the giving back, that we have to have something. But I feel every human being actually have the capability of giving back, because what we value as a Rotarian as well, we value the action, we value the impact, however small it is, but the impact left behind. That is the key thing that we value as an Rotarian. So I always believe that in our capability, whether it is a word of encouragement, whether it is something you could help with, that is still giving back. It's not about the money, it's not about, but serving at your own capability, that is giving back, as the way I understand it. And we all
Saving in
have
your
that
own
capability.
capability.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. What are some of the projects that you have worked on as a way to give back to the community?
Thank you for that. I've worked on a number of projects. Just to begin with, on December, that is 2020, I started a Bracing Green project, a project that seeks to empower my community on the awareness of environmental conservation. And actually, growing up, I realized that as much as we want our people to conserve the environment, but there is a deeper sense that I got to understand that, oh, our community actually rely a lot in environment. That is where they believe or they seek to get their livelihood. So I saw that there is actually a need in balancing the livelihood of the community and now the conservation of the environment. So in my project, it's a project that I had designed whereby I put the measures of conserving the environment incompatible with the measures which also sought to check on the economic and social values of the community, whereby as we tell the community, okay, let us conserve the environment, but we have to understand, okay, why are the communities not conserving the environment? Because they need to live, and for them to live, they depend on environment. So I came up with this Bracing Green, whereby I started it on still at the capability I could, just to create awareness to this community first. But as a man of action, we always understand that actions speak louder than maybe what we can tell our audience. So I came up with the trees, but not only this time around, not only trees, it was trees of different varieties. But I also incorporated fruit trees, which were also different varieties, the grafted one, so that you can tell a community, okay, we conserve the environment and we need to plant trees so that we can combat climate change. As we plant trees, these are the trees that if we take care of them in a few years to come, we will also have something to gain from them, and we have fruits. And it is not only fruit, fruit is important in our life, in our health matters. So it is something you explain to the community, they get the sense, okay, if we do this, then there is something we are going to get benefit of. So that's basically what my project was about. I worked with the two local schools, and I actually reached 100 community members through the project.
And the beauty about giving back is that it helps you interact with community members. It helps you interact with people, right? And so, in a way, it also helps you become a better person.
True, exactly. Because you
What are some of
yeah, because you actually get to empathize and understand the need. You get to the shoes of the community and understand actually what their need is at before just coming back and you say, okay, I have something for you as the community.
and in the process it's also and in the process it also helps you grow and makes you a better person who can empathize with other people and really understand their need and understand where they're coming from, and it removes that element of just judging people for the sake of judging them without really trying to understand them and to understand what they're going through.
Very true.
You also worked on First Lift project. Can you tell us more about that?
Okay, great. So actually figuring out where I learned from, I realized as a student, because this is what I also faced, that as much as the focus are on other areas, but you find most of the public schools in rural, they really suffer. And if you get most of the students who are in school come from the underprivileged communities, which you find most don't even have the parent. They stay with maybe their grandparents, maybe some are single mothers. So some of them, you find these, they are unable to really get simple things, simple facilities to facilitate their academic journey. So this has always inspired me to walk around the schools, particularly in rural. And now, during my exploration, I came across this school called Kabilingoni Secondary. That's a school located in Machakos. When I came across the school, when we were walking within, we could see the condition of the school, how it was. The students used to sit on structures which they regard as lockers, but actually, if you could see what they regard as lockers, you could see for yourself this is something that somebody should not really sit at while he's pursuing his academical journey. And being that we are able to do something as small as it is, so I came back and organized my team, which we spoke with. The team also came with to better understanding with me. So this project actually was designed with the aim of providing infrastructure to create an eco-friendly environment for the learners, particularly in Kabilinguni. And the most problem which they had was on lockers. So you find they were not comfortable. In academic, you need something comfortable for you to do your learning activities effectively and efficiently. So we came up with project whereby we had a drive to purchase the lockers and chairs. So we were able to purchase 85 lockers and chairs. And also, in accordance to this, realize, okay, these students also suffers a great in a great aspects, such as now being that they are coming from underprivileged backgrounds, they lack motivation. They just hear that people go to university, they just hear that university exists. So we say that as much as we are providing this, there is a reason behind. We need to at least motivate the student. Beside motivation, we need also to recognize their academical achievements. So the project was designed actually to provide the lockers and chairs, mentorship session, which the students themselves took part in, and now the awarding of the students. That was it. So we were able to reach over 200 students in the school who were greatly impacted by the project. And we can hear through the communication with their teachers, the students are really appreciating for the project, what they gain through it.
Over 200 students. That's a large number, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You seem to be working with students a lot, right? And whether you speak about visiting students or bedding distributions, what has inspired the focus on young kids, on children and families?
That's an awesome question. So actually, in everything I do, I always relate with my life, because I always remember that what about if I was, as much as I also got an opportunity, but I always remember their back. What about if somebody had remembered me at this particular point and highlighted to me that I was able to do this? So I feel that young generation, when they are actually empowered at young age, they are people who grow up having this thing as a sustainable thing that they should do to make sure that we as the young generation are growing up knowing the importance of giving back, that when we give up, it's not just a matter of we are giving back to expect, but we are giving up for the well-being of the society, so that we can all be and all build an equal society whereby everybody is at a sustainable level, and they are able to achieve and be able to give themselves actually the basic needs that life corresponds, or the life need us to. So I feel that When the young generation is empowered, they actually have they are really powerful in transforming the world. And that's why my basic inspiration has always been on the young youths.
I love that, right? Because it's like teaching them when they're young. So when they grow up, they also become individuals who are passionate about giving back to the community and, you know, in an attempt to create a sustainable future for everyone.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Silas. I'm proud of the work that you're doing, and I hope you're able to help more people and also inspire other people to also help others in an attempt to make the world a better place for us all.
Yeah,
Proud of the work you're doing. Thank you so much, brother.
I'm grateful.
Silas, I mean, I love the work that you're doing, brother. That's amazing.